right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brett, and this is the Christian Rebel. Yesterday, the episode with Wesley Huff on Joe Rogan was aired, and I've got to say, Joe Rogan, you're the man. Thank you for allowing Wes Huff on there. It was an amazing episode.
Wes, very nice to meet you.
Joe, pleasure.
So what do you guys, did you guys watch that whole episode? I did. I watched all 3 hours. There was a lot of great moments. I wish I could touch on all of them, but there's one I really want to share with you, and that's when Wesley Huff asked Joe Rogan a question on who he thinks Jesus is. So I want us to listen to that clip and then hear Joe's answer. Let's go.
All of this, what do you think of Jesus? Like in terms of your own like journeying and trying to find answers to ultimate questions. What do you think of the historical person of Jesus?
Thank you, Wes, for asking that question. I was hoping you would, because it needs to be asked to everyone on who you think Jesus is. And let's hear what Joe Rogan has to say.
Well, it certainly seems like there's a lot of people that believe that there was this very exceptional human being that existed. So the question is, what does that mean? Does it mean he was the son of God? Does it mean he was just some completely unique human being that had this vision of humanity and this way of educating people and spreading this ideology that would ultimately change the way human beings interact with each other forever? So what is he the son of God? Well, are we all? That's another question, right? Or do we all have that inside of us? Do we all have that ability to change everything around us inside of us? Do we all have that unique connection to the divine? And is he a representation of the best version of that? Or was he an actual person that was the son of God? And is it important?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what?
It's where a person that's thinking like this, you almost got to step outside of your head and take that leap of faith. In my opinion, when you follow Christ, it's not all about thinking and facts, and sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith. What's that verse in Hebrews? Is the definition of faith. Faith is the substance of things not seen, but is what is hopeful. I'm paraphrasing there. But I think Joe here needs to take that leap of faith. Let's hear some more.
What does it mean? It's just the fact that it's a question to ponder is a miracle in itself, in a way. Just the fact that there's this concept of this person that died for our sins, that's the Son of God. But you have to you have to believe in a bunch of stuff to go that way.
Take that leap
Like
of faith.
just the concept of that is interesting to people, because what it can do to people is offer them a very unique way to change the way they feel about the world itself. And if you do follow that, I know a lot of Christians are hardcore Christians. They're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. So it does work. You're right. Like if you do live like a Christian and you do follow the principles of Christ, you will have a richer, more love-filled life.
That was amazing. Joe, just take that leap of faith, brother. And Wes, thank you for being open to go on to the show and asking him this question. I'm going to be sharing a Bible verse with you all. Matthew 16, verses 15 through 17. But what about you? He asked, who do you say I am? This is essentially what Wes asked Joe. Who do you say Jesus is? Let's continue. Simon Peter answered, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Jesus replied, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. Jesus is the Son of the living God, and he is the Messiah. And I hope Joe takes that leap of faith and repents and follows Christ. We need to pray for Joe, and I believe we still need to pray for Billy Carson, because I have another episode you can watch on my channel where I kind of sent out a message to Billy where he can turn this defeat into a win if he just takes what Wesley Huff shared with him and learns from it. Be a Berean from Acts 17, 11, and study the scriptures yourself. You might find that Wesley's right, Christianity's right, and Jesus is real, and he did die on the cross for you. Joe can do the same thing. Go study the scriptures, Joe. You might find out that he is real. And I'm praying for you, Joe. And thanks again for having Wes on. Wes, I'm praying for you too. And if you guys like good Christian content like this, please like, subscribe, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, you guys keep the faith. Always choose that narrow path and be a rebel and follow Jesus. And until next time, you guys keep the faith.